Come with us on our first ever alone vacation as we sail away to the beautiful Bahamas. We started off in our hometown of Miami, Florida, and took the metro to the Brightline train station. Shout out to Nico's mom for showing us all around the Brightline station. On the train, we were on our way to West Palm Beach, Florida, where the cruise ship is docked. We took an Uber from the train station to the port, and here's our cruise ship, the Margaritaville at Sea's Paradise. After checking in, we finally went aboard the cruise ship. We were so hungry at this point, so we made our way to grab some lunch. Shortly after that, the rooms were ready.
TV, welcome to my crib.
Ooh.
Nice.
Wait, you gotta take out the ocean view?
Oh, wait. Now we're talking. Oh yeah. Woo!
Our ocean view room was so spacious. We unpacked and got ready to spend the rest of the afternoon on the pool deck. We watched the sail away party, and later that night we had dinner, watched a show, and then Nico tested his luck at the poker table. And let's just say he was not lucky that night. Hey guys, so we finally made it to Paradise Cove where we're gonna go spearfishing. We met with the owner, Barry. We've been in communication with him and he's gonna be the one to take us out on the boat.
Hopefully we shoot some fish.
Unfortunately, the weather was not in our favor and it was just unsafe to be out on the boat. So instead, we swam out from the shore and spent some time snorkeling at these beautiful rocks and reefs.
This was Kathleen's first time ever freediving, so I wanted her to have a good experience even if we couldn't spearfish. After teaching her some basics, I put her to the test and turned the coral reef into an obstacle course. After a few attempts, she was able to learn how to equalize, hold a proper diving form, and maximize her time underwater. She was diving around 15 to 20 feet, which was great for her first time.
This was my first dive attempting Nico's obstacle course. My form still needs a bit of work as I tend to use my hands to help me swim. That wastes unnecessary energy, so I'm learning to just rely on my fins to help me swim. Anyways, I went underneath the ledge and saw some cool fish along the way.
So on this next dive I did, I put a timer on top of the screen so you guys can challenge yourselves and participate in the dive with me. So hold your breath and let's get started. So the whole purpose of us free diving practicing, checking under ledges, was 1, to look at nice coral reefs and nice fish, but 2, to practice as we're gonna go lobstering right when we get back from the cruise, and it's Kathleen's first time going lobstering, so I wanted her to practice looking under ledges for lobsters. The more reps you get while diving, the better you become, and the longer you'll be able to hold your breath and the deeper you'll be able to go. As you guys see, there's a nice little school of grunts there that I encountered, and look how nice the reef looks. A bunch of coral, life, and fish. And yeah, it was just a super nice spot to dive at. After we saw this super cool sea turtle, watched it eat some seagrass, and then left it alone. Super awesome sight.
So we just finished diving with some turtles, fish, snorkeling. Now we are having some fried conch with some french fries.
So the day after our cruise ended and we went back to Miami, Florida, and we got ready for lobster mini season. We went on the boat with a couple of my friends and we free dove for about an hour and a half, but the weather was getting very choppy. Kathleen, as well as my friend Will's girlfriend, started getting seasick, so I decided to drop the free diving and grab the scuba tank. At this point, we had 4 keeper lobsters on the boat. This was the first time I ever went hunting with scuba, as I usually free dive to go lobstering or spearfishing. I'm currently using a snare which you put around the lobster's tail as you see me do, and pull the end of the snare which tightens the loop. Unfortunately, this lobster was too short, so we had to release it. This next lobster, I can tell, was a great keeper size, so I started off putting a tickle stick behind it to take it outside of its rock. From there, I tried wrapping the snare around its tail and, well, Yep, it decided to take off on me, as you guys can see, and by the time I went down to grab my tickle stick and look back up, it was gone. I couldn't find it again, so that lobster got lucky and he lived to see another day. This next lobster also almost got away from me. Usually when I catch lobsters, I use a tickle stick and a net, so I was having trouble using the snare. This lobster was about 2 millimeters short, and just to put it in perspective, a pencil eraser is 5 millimeters. This guy was barely legal, and wait till you see what happens on the next lobster that I caught. So I started off with the same strategy, using the tickle stick to get it outside of the rock, and then I wrapped the snare behind its tail and tied in the snare. This time I caught the lobster with ease and used my measuring guide to measure the lobster. This lobster was about 0.1 millimeters short. If I caught this lobster an hour later, it definitely would have been a keeper. This one was unfortunately very sad to release as it was right on the border, but it was illegal, so I had to release it. On this next lobster, there was 2 lobsters under this rock. I initially had my snare around the first lobster on the right, but I realized the lobster on the left looked bigger than the one on the right. So I decided to go for the one on the left, and if the one on the left was too short, that means the one on the right was also too short. This is a technique people do when lobstering to save time and not catch lobsters that are too short. Unfortunately, I got this lobster on my snare, but it managed to come off. I decided to use the old-fashioned technique and use my hands to grab it. Now you might see its legs and antennas fall off. However, that's completely normal, and that's a skill lobsters use to evade predators. They can detach their legs and antennas from their body and just grow new ones to evade predators. That being said, it's still important to try to be as gentle as possible with these lobsters to avoid them having to regrow their antennas and legs. In retrospect, I should have been more patient and just used a snare to catch a lobster. And I guess karma got me because, you guessed it, another short lobster. After this lobster, I looked around for around 5 more minutes, but I realized everyone on the boat was starting to feel worse, so I quickly wrapped it up and we called it a day. We ended up being more lucky freediving than using a scuba tank.
So we just finished catching the lobsters yesterday, and today we're gonna clean them. We got 4 keeper lobsters, a bunch of little ones, a few lobsters with eggs. We only dove for about 2 hours because the condition was really rough. All right, so these are our 4 lobsters. Beautiful Florida spiny lobsters.
What are we cooking today, Nico?
We're gonna be cooking a lobster pasta today, and tomorrow we're gonna be making lobster rolls. So here we have one of the 4 Florida spiny lobsters we caught. Kathleen has never went lobstering or cleaned the lobster. I usually do this every year, so I'm gonna show Kathleen how to clean one of these, and then she's gonna clean the other ones because she wants to clean it. So we're gonna go by going behind and running your knife along the head and the tail.
To separate the head and the tail, right?
Yep, this ensures you get the most amount of meat. Grab and twist the tail off. And there we go, we have a lobster tail and a lobster head. Kathleen saw how I separated that lobster tail, so now she's gonna get a stab at it.
Oh my god. Do I just grab it by the antenna?
Yep.
Oh, its tail's like all curled up.
Yeah.
Alright, not nice.
There you go, nice. Good, so now get your knife.
Ow, it's spiny.
Yep, called the Florida spiny lobster. So you wanna go like that, there you go. That's perfect. Now you could traditionally just twist off the tail from the head. However, running your knife inside like that yields a bit more meat. It's lobster meat, so might as well do a little bit of extra work to get some of that head meat. So now she just twists it. Keep going one way.
Oh.
There you go. Nice.
Did I get enough meat?
Yeah, look at that.
Hey,
Beautiful
cool.
lobster tail. So now put that on the plate. 2 more to go. And after this, we will be deveining these lobster tails, so we'll show you how to do that.
Ooh.
Sorry, buddy, but you are gonna be delicious. So after cleaning a few more, this is our beautiful plate of lobster tails. These look really, really good. So now I'm gonna show you guys how to devein these. We are going to want to get one of their own antennas. Snap it. These are spiny lobsters. I recommend using gloves or napkins if you have. I snap them again right here. That's pretty good right there. So we're gonna go in through the back of the lobster right in here. If you see from this side, there is this right here, which is a poop chute of the lobster. So essentially you wanna go in through here, push the lobster spike in there. Then you wanna start twisting.
It's basically gonna get tangled up into that antenna with the spikes.
Push and twist, there we go, until you see it start disappearing. That means you got it, and then you pull out and it should follow. And there you go, that is a poop chute. This is now a clean lobster ready to eat. We're gonna do that to the other 2. I'm gonna let Kathleen get a try at it, and yeah, do you wanna eat this?
No, thank you. I'm okay.
Alright, she's gonna give it a try now. Keep twisting, keep twisting, keep twisting. So she's got the vein, you could see it twisting as she twists the stick, so pull back slowly. Going, keep going. There we go, and so we got a clean lobster now, ready to eat.
Are your hands lobstery and you're touching me?
There you go, clean lobster, good job.
Here we have some lobster tail and some pieces of their knuckles as well. Cutting out knuckles because knuckles have a little bit of meat inside that we could use as well. So we're gonna boil it once it's ready and then show you guys the rest of the process.
So we're gonna boil this for around 5-6 minutes. We'll start a timer now.
It's 5:46 right now.
Look at the color it has now, and you're gonna see the color it has when I pull it out of the pot. It's already changing if you see there. And it's important to not let your lobster curl up like that. Keep it open just so it cooks through. Look at the red color that it's already getting. It's getting that color within 10 seconds of being dunked in the water. So the timer is up in 10 seconds. Look at the color of these bad boys. I'm gonna pull them out.
Put them in this ice bath to stop the cooking process.
Yep. Bam. Right there. Bam. Make sure they're fully submerged. Knuckles in there. Now, what we are gonna do is instead of dumping this water that we just used to boil the lobster, we're actually gonna cook our pasta in this same water so it has the aroma of lobster. So what are we putting in our sauce?
So we're gonna start by making a roux, which is a mixture of butter and flour. We do that to kind of thicken up the sauce, and then we add heavy cream in slowly so it doesn't get clumpy. And then to season the sauce, we're gonna add some garlic, Old Bay, parsley, Italian seasoning, and tomato paste as well. Almost forgot that crucial ingredient.
And I'm gonna get a little spoon of this and put it into the sauce as well. Pasta of choice for today is this cavatappi. It's a good pasta to use because the sauce will get trapped inside of the holes, giving it a lot of flavor. So we're just gonna dump the whole box inside of our lobster water. Clean the scissors to cut open the shell.
Splitting it down in half.
Some kitchen shears would probably be easier, but work with what we got. Peel the shell off the meat. Look at that. So now the knuckle meat, I like to initially crack it in half like that. And then crack it down the middle. And look at that knuckle meat. It's all nice lobster meat.
That's good since we're making little chunks for pasta. It's perfect.
Yep.
So here I am making my sauce, just adding some heavy cream with tomato paste. Those are the 2 main ingredients I have going on right now. I'm gonna add cheese and a couple of seasonings.
And some lobster broth.
Oh yes, this water right here is from the lobster pasta. Gives it a nice little lobster taste.
Pasta inside of the sauce. Alright, we're adding the lobster. Gonna cut some chives to garnish on top. But
And we also have parsley.
yep, looks really good. Kathleen, first bite. Good? Mom, first bite, how is it? Good?
Very good.
Alright, we are going to dig in. So as we said yesterday, today we are using the last 2 lobsters we have here to make some lobster rolls. Some of you guys have already seen us make lobster rolls in the past, in the video up here. But we will be remaking them and they're gonna be delicious.
So let's get started.
All right, so step one, let's get these bad boys cooked.
Step 1. Talk. What's step 1?
I already said it. We're gonna get these bad boys cooked.
No, I was supposed to say it and then you were supposed to do it.
My favorite part. Bang. Bang, right there. Put those bad boys in there. Gotta start a timer. Just dropped the lobsters in the ice bath. Now they're chilling there. Kathleen's working on our lobster sauce for our lobster rolls. She's cutting up some celery. In this sauce we have some sriracha, mayo, lemon pepper, soy sauce. Key ingredients. Just mix until it tastes good. And yeah, we're gonna start toasting some bread and throwing these bad boys together. So now we cut up our lobster into little bite-sized chunks. We have our celery here on the side. And now we're gonna mix it up and add our spicy mayo. So we'll start coating that in there. And then give it a nice mix and see how much we need.
We don't want to overdo the sauce. That's why we're not putting the mix into the sauce. We're just adding the sauce slowly.
Exactly. You could always add more sauce. It's very hard to take off sauce once you already add it. And I think we might need to add a little bit more celery in here.
A little bit more celery?
Yeah, which we actually have right here. These potato roll hot dog breads. And what I do is I open it a little bit and I grab my knife and I shave off the ends on both sides. What that's gonna do is allow us to brush some garlic butter on the sides, as well as put some garlic butter on the pan and get a nice crispy toast on the edges of the bread, giving us that perfect lobster roll bun. And you're gonna see it's gonna look really good once it's done. So now we got the lobster rolls in here with some butter, giving them a nice toast, flipping them over. Look at that, looks good. Look at this crust on the side. That is the final product. Beautiful lobster rolls, ready to eat.
With some sour cream and onion chips on the side.
Yep. First bite. Good? Alrighty, we are gonna wrap this video up and enjoy. Thank you guys for watching.